Hey everyone, I just got an update from Aunt Dee. So a body has been recovered and found in the water at the bridge in Knoxville, Tennessee, where her son was witnessed jumping into. The body is presumed to be his body, but until the examiners and the first responders identify his body, then we will have official confirmation. But yes, a body has been found and a body has been recovered out of the water that he was seen jumping into. It is presumed to be Chris's body that has been found. Please continue, y'all, to pray for Aunt Dee, Shay, Bria, and their whole entire family. They are going to need us really, really bad in the coming days. Again, this information that I'm passing along with you all has been confirmed by Aunt Dee. She gave me permission to come on here and tell you all. And it is not the news that we were wanting, but this is some closure as far as this whole situation.
Hey besties, virtual homegirls, and cousins of the internet. I know this channel is usually where we laugh, reflect, and escape a little bit, but today's video is heavier, so I won't be doing my usual intro because the topic we're covering today deserves gentleness and respect. So let's take a deep breath together and step into this moment with compassion. Today we're here to talk about something deeply heartbreaking. If you know Deanna Evans, known across TikTok as Aunt Dee, you know her as a warm, funny, raw, and real mother of three who's been sharing her family's journey with the world for years. Deanna's story has always been one of strength, survival, and honesty, especially as she raised her two autistic daughters, Shay and Bria. But yesterday, the internet was shaken by devastating news. Her youngest child, Chris, had apparently passed away by suicide. Chris did prefer to stay off of social media, and he was dealing with his own mental health struggles, and tragically, he decided to end his life by jumping from a bridge. According to what Aunt Dee has shared, Chris texted her right before, telling her she was a great mom and that it wasn't her fault. And beyond just her, he messaged multiple people close to him, sending them final goodbyes, a digital breadcrumb trail of pain, gratitude, and closure all at once. She was literally driving home when she spotted his car parked on the bridge, and just imagine the slow realization as she put the pieces together, the horror, the disbelief, the gut punch grief.
Chris jumped off the bridge, y'all, and I already got, my son, I don't know if it was too much on him about Cheyenne, but Chris has mental health. And y'all just want y'all to pray. I'm out here with the rescue squad. And y'all pray, Chris. Y'all, I'm out with the ambulance, everybody out here, they trying to find my child. And Chris deals with severe PTSD and anxiety. And y'all know what and so y'all, I'm trying to unload, but my child jumped. I was driving after I get through work, and I was on YouTube, and I saw as I go home, it's a bridge, and I saw my son's car right there, and I said, "That's my son's car." And I said, "That's my son's car," and I saw the police. But after they right now they got divers in here, they got everybody in here looking for him. But as I got through work and I saw my son's car, I was on my way home. And I said, "Oh Lord," at my son's car, and I saw this one black guy standing over the edge and the police. I said, "Oh no, my son," and I knew I put two and two together. My dad just had to make sure I locked my car. And is there any update on my child? They got divers in the water now. Okay. Oh Lord. Y'all, I had just got through working, and I saw my son's car by the bridge, and I saw a police officer. I said, "Oh Lord, I bet my son," and I just put two and two together, y'all. And y'all, I was like, oh my God, and I don't know if it got too much to him from about me when I'm going through. But he had texted me. He said, "Mama, you've been the best mama," and he said, "Mama, I love you. You never failed me." So each individual that he loved the most, he texts each one of them.
Poor Aunt Dee, my condolences and my heart goes out to her in this moment because you can tell she was in complete and utter shock. I know 1,000 things were running through her head, like if they can just find the body and confirm that it's not my son's, maybe he's just walking around somewhere contemplating. And I really wish that was the case. I know some people also criticized her initial reaction, but let me tell y'all this. Sometimes you just get to a point where you didn't cry so many tears, they won't even come out anymore. You are so numb to trauma and pain that your body just physically can no longer react to what's going on around you. And I know she was probably also thinking, what if I was like 5 or 10 minutes earlier? Maybe I could have saved him. But the truth is, when someone reaches that mental state, even 5 minutes earlier may not have saved them in the long run. Chris reportedly did come up from the water once, yelling for help, like a part of him had changed his mind, but then he was pulled back under the water and never resurfaced. Once again, my deepest condolences go out to Aunt Dee because the details alone speak volumes. People often think that when someone chooses to pass away that way, that they are wanting to be unalived, but often it's just about wanting the pain to stop, that unbearable ache that words can't describe. And y'all, I've been in that place before too, and that's why I empathize with him so much. It's like being in between a mental rock and hard place when you're not really sure if you want to be gone, but you're sure that you can't live with the type of weight that you have any longer. And that's what makes this so much deeper than content. This isn't about virality. This is about human life, about grief, about mental illness, about the impossible heaviness some people carry alone. And then on top of that, something that rubbed me the wrong way was the people online who had the nerve to come for her daughter Shay, blaming her for this tragedy because she likes crystals and magic, saying that this is what happens when you play with the devil and do sorcery and things like that. But let me clear that up for y'all right now. Shay is neurodivergent. She has the mental capacity of a child. So just like kids believe in fairy tales or superheroes, she believes in the cartoon Sailor Moon. She sees them use crystals and she thought that if she could go to Japan and meet Sailor Moon, she might be healed. She truly believed that the crystals from the cartoon could help her and her sister's brains. She wasn't harming anyone. She was clinging to the hope because that's the best way she knew how. So people attacking her for wanting to be normal, for wanting to have a brain that functions as it should at her age is so disgusting to me. But what's even more eerie is the fact that Shay had a seizure just days before Chris passed away. That timing is not coincidental. It's telling. It's almost like the whole household was under spiritual attack. And for Aunt Dee, this is not just one blow. This is blow after blow. She lost her mother not too long ago and then had to be admitted into a psychiatric hospital herself after that. And now to lose her son after nearly losing Shay in the same week? I can't even begin to imagine the weight that she's carrying. Let's also talk about people criticizing her for going on social media during times like this. And I really need y'all to think deeper. Some of y'all don't even understand that we, her followers, have become her only safe space, her only outlet where people actually validate her and understand her in a way where people around her might not. Just because you're in close proximity with people does not mean that you're actually close. She doesn't have a traditional support system. Her daughters are nonverbal. If you watch her content, you'll know that her life growing up was also very complex. If I'm not mistaken, her sisters, Sonia and Tanya, are twins, and sometimes being the odd one out in a sibling trio can be very isolating, even as adults. So imagine her life like a bag that's constantly being filled. Life keeps adding trauma after trauma, struggle after struggle. That bag is bound to burst at any second, but instead of letting it explode, she uses social media to let the pressure leak out slowly. It's her release valve. It's the one place she can come to breathe. So yes, I will look at you differently if you want to take even this away from her. Aunt Dee usually does go live every day on YouTube, and this was her live the day that the tragedy happened with Chris before anything even transpired.
I believe y'all I'm gonna be okay, but I can't. I believe I am, but then again I'm scared too. You know, because I went through a terrible grief. Grief really broke me so bad, and now I have this. But I'ma hold on, y'all. I'ma hold on. I'ma hold on. I'ma talk to my therapist today and listen for some guidance. And I'm just gonna try my best to do the best I can. I'm never gonna not stop taking care of my girls, my son. I'm never not gonna not be able not to take care of them. No matter how much worry and whatever how I feel, I've got to hold on for them. That's my purpose and direction. My girls and my son. That's what I live for. And then be able to see my mom again and get myself right.
From personal experience, I know that grief is the silent assassin, so my heart genuinely goes out to Aunt Dee. We are watching spiritual warfare happen in real time. This isn't just about content. This is about how fragile life really is, how deeply mental health matters, how this world is becoming colder and less compassionate by the day when what we really need more than ever is community. This story hit me really close to home for a lot of reasons. I've seen this exact scenario play out in my own life. My grandmother lost her mother at a really young age, and that grief took her down a path of pain and tough decisions. And then 20 years later, she lost her firstborn child, my mother. And coincidentally, my grandmother had 3 children as well. She has 2 daughters and 1 son. My uncle is currently in jail. My aunt is pretty much healing from her alcoholism that she battled for a long time. And again, my mother has passed away. It's been about 15 years now. So things like trauma bleed into the next generation, straight into our lives, our identities, our ways of loving and surviving. If you scroll through my page, you'll see glimpses of how I grew up, the heaviness, the healing, and everything in between. Grief doesn't just end at a funeral. It echoes through the generations. It shows up in how we show up for ourselves and each other. And death, real death, is something we don't talk about deeply enough in our community. Past obituaries and funeral arrangements, we avoid the soul level conversation, but death is more than just physical. It's the spirit separating from the body, the mind disconnecting, the moment when consciousness lifts and everything you've ever known dissolves. It's terrifying and sacred at the same time. One moment you're here, thinking, breathing, texting someone you love. The next, you're gone. But physically, your body is still here. But spiritually, you're elsewhere. I've been wrestling with that reality, trying to wrap my mind around how we can lose someone so quickly yet still feel them everywhere. So believe me when I say, in this moment, Aunt Dee doesn't just need community. She needs real, soul deep support. I mean it. That didn't just happen to her. This was a choice her son made, a choice born from unbearable suffering. And that's a different kind of grief. A unfathomable pain. She deserves to be held in the highest grace right now. And look, I won't get too deep into this, but some folks are saying the vibes have been off ever since the family linked up with Ariana Grande. I don't really know what's going on in that sector. I'm just reporting on what I've seen because there were a couple of people making that claim, and you know, Hollywood already has their accusations within itself, but I won't speak too much on that. But what I will say is watch the company that you keep, because energy is real, and sometimes the wrong energy can attach itself to your entire household. That's all I'll say on that. Now, you know what really stands out to me? It's the fact that Aunt Dee never claimed to be perfect, yet she was always under so much scrutiny and ridicule. She never said she had it all figured out. She's just a Black woman trying to survive while raising 3 kids, 2 of whom are autistic, in a world that offers very little support and even less understanding. And the truth is, she's not superhuman. She's literally just a girl too, living her one life, doing the best she could with what she had, and still, it wasn't enough to protect her son. And that's why my heart breaks for her, because she didn't deserve this, and neither did Chris. I'll be honest with y'all, this story has me very emotional because I've dealt with mental health too. I've known that dark place. And when I see someone like Aunt Dee choose to share her journey, especially one that involves Black children on the spectrum, I see her. Yes, sometimes it could be a little corny or cringe, but she showed unfiltered truth. It wasn't polished, but it was powerful and it mattered. Autism, mental illness, grief, these are taboo in the Black community. But Aunt Dee didn't hide. She let us into her home, and now we have to show up for her, not just with likes or shares, but with real prayers, real softness, and real community. And if you're watching this right now, carrying something heavy, I want you to know this: you don't have to carry it alone. Drop it in the comments. Let us hold it with you. I'll be sharing a little more of what I'm personally walking through too, because healing starts with honesty. And even when it feels like you're walking through hell, you are never alone. And I need those words to sink deep into your heart, that you are never alone. Even if we aren't physically there, we are connected by energy, baby. So I got you. We are besties, and there's no getting rid of me. As soon as you hit that subscribe button, we locked in. And I want y'all to know also, before we go, I want y'all to know that y'all should never dim y'all light and that you are here for a reason. So let's let Bria inspire us of our light.
You talk Bria that song.
That was so beautiful to see. My condolences deeply go out to Aunt Dee and her entire family, to Chris and all the other hurting hearts out there. I wish your souls peace and prosperity as much as you need in this lifetime and beyond. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of Debriefing with Dee. If this video touched you, please give it a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's build a space rooted in love, softness, and understanding. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.